Unscripted.
Without a doubt, the PlayStation 5 is an unmitigated success. It's selling extremely well. It's a commercial hit. It is a critical hit. Everybody loves it. Sure, there's some problems, and I've been sure to keep on top of those for everybody that keeps on asking. I'm doing my best. When they roll out some updates and patches and stuff like that, I'll be sure to let everybody know. One of the things that is very interesting was that Sony has really kind of listened to the fans and come a long way with what they've been able to do. I think that the fact that, they've been known, especially with the PS4 generation, they've been known to maybe not exactly have, the best games at launch or games at a quick enough pace for the fan base. And I think they really paid attention to that aspect right here with the PlayStation 5 launch, okay, because they've launched with some seriously good games. I mean, Miles Morales is a really good game. I think it's like the perfect length of a launch game, to be honest with you. I know people were saying it was quote-unquote DLC. It ended up being longer than that, and it ended up being a great experience. With that being said, also Demon Souls, I've been seeing everybody just enjoying that. I've been seeing people playing Sackboy and posting that. Even Astrobot, I can't count the number of people that I've seen platinum that game, and it's just a pack-in that realistically showcases the it kind of showcases what the DualSense is actually capable of, which I think is great because it's a completely free thing that they included. Like, I would have loved for Microsoft to included some kind of game with the Xbox Series X that would have showcased what that thing can do, because as far as I can tell right now, there's not really anything that can showcase it. So, again, these are like contrasting styles, and I do really think that it's just an interesting situation where they're just separate companies doing separate things. But one thing that I think is very obvious, especially about the PlayStation and the PlayStation brand in general, is the fact that they're very reciprocant to giving us the games and stuff that we actually ask for. So with that being said, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit more about something that just came out developer wise, absolutely crushing Microsoft. Like, when it rains on Microsoft, it really rains and it really pours, as far as I could tell, because again, this is just one of those funny things where they should have really done a better job of getting people more excited about what's going on, right? And what I mean by that is they really did a poor job of getting people excited. Microsoft did by the console itself, and by failing to have anything that they could really showcase and have any kind of showpiece in there whatsoever. So I do feel like what we have seen by Sony is the perfect way to attack a next generation, and I'm so thankful for that, and I'm glad that they were able to do such a good job with that. So with that being said, I would love to I'm going to talk about it, and I want to jump right into it, and I know you guys are excited, so happy holidays and all that kind of good stuff. I hope each and every one of you get to have some really good times with your family and friends. I'm really looking forward to seeing exactly what you all are going to get this holiday, and I hope everybody stays safe and stuff like that. So what's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. It helps out the channel, and that means a lot to me personally. If you're looking for a way to help out the channel, a simple way to do about it is, a simple like. It's free for you guys to do, and it means a lot to me personally. So that's really it. If you want to hit the bell that notifies you of the content as soon as it comes up. If you want to subscribe and take a minute to consider doing that, I do daily content. Even though I'm sort of winding down for the year, there's still stuff to talk about, and I'll still be doing that. And again, with that being said, I shout out to all the old subscribers, new subscribers, and everybody in between. Without you, there is no me. So thank you so much for everything that you guys do for me. It's absolutely fantastic and takes my breath away when I see all the support and things like that. I'm just a small YouTuber, but it just means the world to me. Sony's been around the block a few times. Obviously, this is their 5th PlayStation. And with that being said, it seems like they have everything sort of under control and in hand and how to do things. And one of the things that I thought was very interesting was the way that they realistically got the games right. And I feel like that's, once you get the games right, everything else follows, right? And what I mean by that is the games are the most important thing. The games are the thing that people want when they buy one of these things. It's like, you can see, like, I have an Xbox Series X and a PlayStation 5, and I rarely even touch the Xbox Series X, just to be completely frank with you. Aside from the obvious software issues and stuff like that it's having, just the lack of games. When I look at it, there's literally hardly anything on there that, in fact, everything on there can be played on an Xbox One X or an Xbox One. It's like literally, and the fact that it's the same UI and the controller and stuff like that, you kind of look at it and you go, this is so strange, because it doesn't feel like a next-gen thing to me. So for me personally, that is a knock against it as well. And then you go into next year and you have all this lineup of software for the PlayStation 5. Like, even if not everything comes out, let's just take a look at it, okay? We have Destruction All-Stars, which we're getting for free on PlayStation Plus, brand new IP from Sony. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Returnal. We're also getting Gran Turismo 7, Horizon Forbidden West. We're also getting Kena Bridge of Spirits. We're also getting God of War Ragnarok. We're also getting possibly Final Fantasy 16, at least a year timed exclusive. Like, all these games are lined up to come out next year, and there's even other timed exclusives like Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo, which are Bethesda games that are year timed exclusive as well. And so, with that being said, they're really kind of sticking it to Microsoft, and now we're hearing more a little bit about Deathloop and what it's going to be able to offer for the PlayStation 5. It's going to be using the DualSense extremely well. So obviously there's a lot of games coming up next year that look very interesting. One of the top of many lists is Deathloop, and the latest from Arcane Studios was supposed to hit the PS5 this year, but it was not meant to be, sadly, and the game was pushed back to May of next year. But despite that, it's something that Bethesda is still talking about, including the features that will come to the PlayStation 5 via the DualSense controller. On the official PlayStation blog, senior content manager for Bethesda, Ann Lewis, details some more of the DualSense features. We'd heard before about how the adaptive triggers will jam with your gun and change resistance depending on your weapon, for instance. But that's far from all. The game will take advantage of haptic feedback, with one example being when your gun does jam, your character will hit it in frustration, and you'll feel that through the feedback as well, even correlating with the strike that unjams it. The haptics will not be restricted to just weaponry. It will also reflect what kind of terrain your character is running on, as well as the other movements like climbing or sliding. Deathloop will also use the DualSense speakers to try and simulate the sound and feeling of bullets whizzing by you, as well as the click of your gun when you fire that final round, or the taunting of Juliana through your personal radio as she hunts you from the loop to loop. So again, this is one of the things where, you're going to have to hit your controller to unjam it. I can remember when I was playing through The Last of Us Part 2, I thought it was very cool the way that they did the whole thing where you had to shake your controller if the light was going out, the light in the game, like your flashlight was kind of acting up, where you had to do that. It's a very much an immersive type thing and an immersive type situation. And, just seeing all this kind of stuff come out, I just absolutely love it. I think that they've done just a fantastic job of sort of knocking it out of the park with next generation. And again, the funny part about this is these are games that are basically going to be produced and owned by Microsoft, and Microsoft, who is mired in terrible content and don't have any content for I don't know when the next bit of content is coming, but it could be Halo years from now. You know what I mean? It could be Halo in 2022. We don't know. I mean, I hope that it's Halo in 2021 at the end of it or whatever when it's done, but I don't want it to be, this situation where we're stuck with a less than stellar Halo game. That franchise needs a win in the worst possible way, and the fact of the matter is Microsoft is kind of just screwing around and with poor leadership, and that's not good for anybody. Let's just be real here. That leadership issue is something that has yet to be resolved, and no matter how much Phil Spencer wants to act like he's like Mr. Nice Guy, or people want to act like he's the savior of Xbox or whatever, basically anybody could have went in there and turned Microsoft third party and done what he's doing and saved, quote unquote, saved Xbox. But what about the hardcore fans that helped stayed afloat, that loved it and bled it and sweated it, from the beginning? You know, what about us? I mean, we're the ones that are sitting here suffering without a AAA exclusive since September 6th of last year, and there won't be one this year at all. So next year, maybe at the end of the year, you're talking 2.5 years. And I know I sound like a broken record when I say that, but you know, the facts are the facts, and the truth hurts sometimes. The bottom line is, the developer that Microsoft is about to own is basically rubbing in the fact that this game is going to be, you know, exclusive to PlayStation 5 for a while. And not only is it going to be exclusive to PlayStation 5, but it's going to play best, and they're going to take full advantage of everything that they have there. So yeah, I find that to be very, very cool. And at the same time, I also think that it's just a fantastically smart move by Sony, because Sony's already done such a good job of getting the content out there. Now, even with the content that they have right now, I think that it's a clear indication that you know, Microsoft's going to be paying catch up for years to come, and that's Microsoft's own fault. Like, anything that happens is Microsoft's own fault. So we'll have to see how this works out and how it sort of pans out. But I will link this, and you guys can let me know what you think. Kind of savage if you think about it, but thank you so much for spending time with me in one of my videos. Have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic holiday. Rack 'em up. Game on. All that good stuff. Crapgamer out.
Unscripted.